Among the Christian congregation, there would be men falsely claiming to be servants of God and attempting to defile the congregation and to draw away the disciples. Mount 13. 24-30, 36-43. Compare 20. 29. 2 Co 11. 12-15. 2th2. 3-9. 1t4. 1. 2t4. 3, 4. 2pe2. 1-3. Sowing with a view to the flesh. The Apostle Paul, after enumerating the fruits of the Spirit and the works of the flesh, and admonishing each one to prove his own work, said, "Do not be misled. God is not one to be mocked. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Because he who is sowing with a view to his flesh will reap corruption from his flesh, but he who is sowing with a view to the Spirit will reap everlasting life from the Spirit." 5. 19-23. 6. 4, 7, 8. An example of sowing to the flesh, with its results, was cited by Paul at Romans 1. 24-27. Other examples were the incestuous person in the Corinthian congregation, practicing unclean fleshly things. Also Hymenaeus and Alexander, who were promoting unclean teaching and blasphemy, and who were handed over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that is, to clear such fleshly element out of the congregation. 1 Co 5. 1, 5. 1t1. O texto acute miritra longo, speech 1015 as it has pleased him, and to each of the seeds its own body. And there are heavenly bodies, and earthly bodies. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised up in incorruption. It is sown a physical body, it is raised up a spiritual body. For that which is corruptible must put on incorruption, and that which is mortal must put on immortality. 1 Co 15. 35-53. Those who are chosen by God to be joint heirs with his Son, and to receive incorruption and immortality, must die and give up the body of flesh in order to obtain a heavenly body by resurrection. This is similar to the way a seed that has been planted dies, disintegrates, and is of an entirely different form and appearance from the plant that results. For a discussion of the sowing mentioned at Isaiah 28. 24, with its illustrative significance, see plowing. Spain. A country situated on the Iberian Peninsula in Europe. After visiting the Roman Christians, the Apostle Paul hoped to be escorted partway there by his fellow believers in Rome. Row 15. 23, 24, 28. Whether the Apostle ever reached Spain is not certain. However, Clement of Rome stated c. 95 CE that Paul came to the extreme limit of the West, which could have included Spain. The Ante-Nicene Fathers, Volume I, p. 6, the first epistle of Clement to the Corinthians, chap. v. If he reached that land, the visit probably occurred between Paul's release from his first imprisonment in Rome c. 61 CE and his imprisonment there once again in about 65 CE. At that time Spain was under Roman rule. Some identify Tarshish with the southern part of Spain. See Tarshish no. 4. Span. A linear measure approximately corresponding to the distance between the end of the thumb and the end of the little finger when the hand is spread out. X 28. 16. 39. 9. 1 to 17. 4. As 43. 13 2 spans equal 1 cubit. And 3 hand breadths, 1 span. There is evidence that the cubit commonly used by the Israelites was 44.5 centimeters 17.5 inches in length. See cubit. Accordingly, the span would be 22.2 centimeters 8.75 inches in length. When highlighting Jehovah's greatness, the prophet Isaiah asked, "Who has taken the proportions of the heavens themselves with a mere span?" Issa 40. 12. Span also translates the Hebrew term tzimeed and refers to a pair or couple of animals yoked together. Siaka. Sparrogia. Stramiddle.thion. The Greek word stramiddle.thion is a diminutive for meaning any small bird, but was used especially as applying to sparrows. A variety of common house sparrow, Passer domesticus biblicus, is abundant in Israel. Small brown and grey birds, the sparrows are noisy and gregarious, chirping and twittering, fluttering from their perch on a housetop, tree, or bush to the ground and back again. Their diet consists chiefly of seeds, insects, and worms. The Spanish sparrow, Passer hispaniolensis, is also common, especially in the northern and central areas of Israel. The only direct references to sparrows in the Bible are found in a statement that Jesus made during his third Galilean tour and evidently restated about a year thereafter in his later Judean ministry, pointing out that 2 sparrows sell for a coin of small value, literally, an asarion, worth less than 5 cents, or, if bought in quantities of 5, for 2 coins of small value. Jesus stated that, though these small birds